These, my friends, are an instant classic, or at least should be. Welcome back to Sneaker Huddle. In today's video, we are reviewing no other than a pair of sneakers that I have been waiting on for a very long time, for the entire year. As soon as I saw that this movie was going to happen, I saw what was on LeBron James' foot. For some reason, the movie released. LeBron James wore the sneakers in the movie. There was a Space Jam Nike collection, but we did not receive the LeBron 19 uniform hook. Now fast forward many months later, in December to end the year of 2021, Nike finally gave us the LeBron 19 uniform hook. And you may be thinking what I have thought about the sneaker also, and that is, why is this sneaker called the uniform hook? Because this should be the LeBron 19 Space Jam. The original Space Jam film was released. Michael Jordan's Air Jordan 11 is referred to as the Space Jam Air Jordan 11. This, rightfully so, should be the LeBron 19 Space Jam, but I think the sneaker community has kind of already renamed this sneaker as the Space Jam LeBron 19. Now in today's video, we will be reviewing the LeBron 19 Space Jam, and I promise you will not be disappointed in this sneaker. But without further ado, guys, let's get straight into it. Now, first off, getting to the details of the box, you have Space Jam and LeBron James and Nike branding across the front of the box with a transparent LeBron James logo. Into the wrapping paper, you have direct nods to the legacy of the King LeBron James and also the movie Space Jam. Inside the box, not only the sneakers, but first off, we have a ticket and also the technology behind the LeBron 19. Now, getting into the sneakers. Now, the first time that we actually saw this sneaker on foot and we had a really good look at it was the beginning of the year on Media Day, when LeBron James actually debuted the shoe. That was the first time that we saw really good images and could tell kind of the details of this new LeBron 19 in what we know as the uniform hook and also the Space Jam colorway. Now, starting off with the primary color used on the LeBron 19 Space Hook is kind of like a yellow orangish tone all around the toe, the medial, the outer, and also wrapped around the heel of the sneaker. Now, this material that we get on the toe, it's very tough, it's lightweight, and you can tell if you do hoop in this sneaker, if you decide to do so, it's gonna hold up extremely well. You can tell it's pretty tough, and it's going to take the scrapes and people stepping on your toes. It's going to hold up really well on court. Under the semi-translucent upper of the sneaker, you can tell that there are orange fly wires that hold the laces all around the upper of the sneaker. Now, rotating to the inner portion of the sneaker, you do get a Nike swoosh cut out there, and wrapped around the opposite side, you get a signature detail of LeBron James' signature right below a crown. And obviously the King James, that's what that crown is for. Now, the part of this sneaker that I really love the most is the color of blue that they used on the midsole of this sneaker. I think it goes really well with all the tones and colors, the yellow, the orange, the purple, the red. The blue really is what, to me, sets the sneaker off and makes it pop. Now, right below that blue midsole, you can most notably tell the technology that Nike did go with this sneaker, and that's the visible air unit on the heel and also on the toe. Both of these are accented by yellow and are semi-translucent, but the heel has sort of a green tint to it, whereas the forefoot and the front foot area is more transparent. And right below this air unit, we have a semi-translucent traction pod that comes in this reddish kind of orange colorway. And a few hidden details within the LeBron 19 Space Hook is, one, on the toe of the sneaker, you have a crown there in that blue that I love. And right below it on the right sneaker, you have 19, hence the 19th signature sneaker from legendary basketball player LeBron James. And on the left, you get witness. And that's just being a witness to one of the greatest players of all time. Whether you love LeBron James or not, you have to admit he is one of the top 2 greatest players of all time. More hidden details: on the right sneaker, you have chosen, and on the left, you have won. And right above those hidden details on the right and left sneaker, you get LeBron James branding right in between the laces. Now, moving into the tongue is more so of a yellow colorway, whereas the upper of the sneaker is more of that yellow orange colorway, but the tongue of the sneaker is definitely more so of a yellow. And on the right, you get a 6, which is one of LeBron James' numbers. He's worn 23 for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He wore 6 when he went to Miami, and then he started with 23, as you know, in Los Angeles as a Laker, and now he has switched things up. And even in the movie, he did wear the number 6, which is why we see the number 6 present on this sneaker. But now, as you know, if you're an NBA fan, you keep up with the Los Angeles Lakers or just LeBron James, he is wearing number 6 now. And moving over to the Air unit on the right tongue, you get a King James lion logo. And as we keep going up the sneaker, you get a hidden detail, strive for greatness on the left and also equipped on the right sneaker. And on top of all that, we get orange laces. Now rotating around the upper of this sneaker, we have another Air unit. We just talked about the Air unit that is equipped on the tongue, but around the heel and also the sides of the sneaker, you get a Nike swoosh on the right and also on the left with a space graphic on the heel. Now talking about on foot for the LeBron 19 Space Jam. The Air units that are on the heel, the forefoot, and also the toe, once you break those in, they're ready to go. They're locked in and engaged. This is going to be an extremely comfortable sneaker on court, and also if you would like to wear this for casual use. But at first, it is a little bit stiff, but once you break that tech in, the Air units on this sneaker are absolutely phenomenal and super comfy. Now the insole of this sneaker is a direct representation to the movie Space Jam: A New Legacy. Now for the LeBron 19 Space Jam, let us know what you think about this sneaker. Is this one that you were fortunate enough to pick up? And I think that they were pretty difficult to get. They only dropped on Nike sneakers. I believe they dropped in a few countries outside of the United States, but all in all, this was a very limited pair of sneakers. And I really hope that they continue to release more pairs of these in the future. I hope that they kind of pop up around Foot Locker, Foot Action Champs, maybe just randomly one day, because I think that if you did strike out on this pair of sneakers, this is one that every sneaker collector should at least or have the opportunity to pick up for retail, because the way that they released it on Nike sneakers, it was just so limited, and there's not really a great direct representation to the how limited the sneaker was when they dropped it on Nike sneakers, because if you go to StockX or go to reselling platform, I think they're going for around $50 above retail value. And when you think that one of the greatest basketball players of all time wore this in a movie such as Space Jam, I know that Space Jam 2, it did not, or A New Legacy I should say, did not stack up nearly at all to the original sequel from Michael Jordan and Warner Brothers. But with that being said, where I'm getting at is this is going to be a big time collector's piece years and years and years from now when LeBron James is retired. He's no longer playing basketball. This is going to be a grail for a lot of sneakerheads, just like the original Space Jams were. Needless to say, this one right here, I'm going to hold on to it. Probably going to put it in one of these sneaker display cases and appreciate this sneaker for a very long time. Now that's all for this on foot review for the LeBron 19 uniform hook, also referred to as the Space Jam colorway. Now comment down below, were you able to pick this sneaker up, and if so, what do you plan on doing with it, and do you hope that they drop more of these in the future? Because like I said, I really hope that more sneaker collectors like myself can add this sneaker to their collection. So that's all for today's video. We hope you enjoyed today's review of the LeBron 19 Space Jam. Be sure to check out more of our reviews right there. And if you're new to the channel, you love sneaker reviews, be sure to subscribe.